at 25, we have Texas A&M. They're 2-1. Oh, jumping back. Yeah, jumping back in there after defeating Florida. I can see that. All right. Number 24, the Fighting Illini. They are 3-0. Their point different margin is really good, too. It's one of the best in the Big Ten. And then they have this big game coming up against Nebraska. I think if they win this, this will solidify their win to stay in the top 25 probably for another week or two, depending on how they play out. All right. Northern Illinois Huskies. Yep, they played Idle. They were playing Idle this week for a bye week. They're 2-0 next Saturday against Buffalo. I'll be honest, I don't think. I mean, I'm not saying that the ranking was premature, but I mean, yes, they got the upset. But again, there was 7 or 8 teams that just sat idle, and the majority of them were from 15 down. So it's like, okay, I wouldn't have had them. I wouldn't have had Iowa State. Like they're a handful. Like Iowa State here at 20, I would have put it. It is what it is. Anyways, 22 is Nebraska. They 3-0. They beat up Northern Iowa 34-3. They got the big game coming up against Illinois. Number 21 is the Clemson Tigers. They're 1-1. They also had a bye. Iowa bye. Louisville bye. Okay, Michigan at 18. I think the reason why they were at 17 and then they dropped one. I think, simply put, they only beat Arkansas State by 10 points. 10 points. This team still has a lot to clean up. Number 17 is Notre Dame. They went up one after beating Purdue, and I think the only reason why is style points here. No, they weren't going to jump up tremendously after losing to NIU, but, I mean, 66 points is 66 points. That's a little bit of style, you know. LSU Tigers, they defeated South Carolina. I don't think they moved, simply why I didn't make them move either, because they were down by 17 to South Carolina. Is the comeback impressive? Yes, but look at the manner in which the comeback happened. Look at where they had to put themselves to make the comeback. I mean, Brian Kelly, oh man, I have this weird feeling where he's already on the hot seat. Okay, number 15 is Oklahoma. They defeated Tulane. 14 is Oklahoma State. They defeated Tulsa. Okay, Kansas State, I disagree with this one. I think Kansas State should have jumped up a little bit more because they did beat a ranked team. And we have all these teams in the bottom who are ranked who just got to sit and be idle. You know, Northern Illinois jumped from 25 to 23 without doing anything. I think Arizona is a good team. They're a good team. No, they're not in the top 25 right now because there's a loss. Kansas State deserved to jump up maybe into the top 10 just because you beat up on the Wildcats. I mean, yeah, it is what it is, though. Utah Utes not moving. I'm fine with that. Trojans not moving. Fine with that. Okay. Penn State dropping down 2 spots. Go figure. Because, dude, another team sitting in idle. Okay. All right, number 9, the Oregon Ducks. Previous ranking, number 9. I would have put them up just a little bit because, I mean, with how much they beat Oregon State in their rivalry game. Because there was a lot of rivalry games this week, like the Apple Cup, the Rocky Mountain rivalry. So, also the Backyard Brawl with Pitt. So there were a couple rivalry games this week. This is the team that we've been waiting for all year, and they finally did it against the Beavers. And so I would have at least had them up probably 7 or 6. Miami at 8. Yep, they defeated Ball State 62-0. Style points is what jumps them up 2 spots, I think. So they got 1, 2, 3. They got 3 more patty cake games before we start looking at some. Hey, here we go. Okay, Missouri Tigers ranked number 7. Last week they were ranked number 6. I can see them dropping just because of this score right here against Boston College. And I think with how fast Boston College fell out of the top 25 and how Missouri was affected after beating them in a close game, that's exactly what's going to happen down here with Nebraska, Northern Illinois, Texas A&M, is we put them in so quick, and yeah. Anyways, Tennessee vaulting over them, probably the same. Vaulting and Vols. Sorry, I did not mean that, but same reason. 71-0. Alabama State at 4. After defeating Wisconsin. I would have put them over Ohio State because Ohio State didn't play this week. Then we got Georgia at 2. Obviously, it's because how close Kentucky played them. And then Texas at number 1, which I would say the only concern for Texas, he's probably going to come back for the Red River rivalry game. But if I'm Texas, I'm not rushing him back out there because he was injured last season. Just make sure he's healthy 1,000% and then bring him out. I think Quinn Ewers is more than ready, if he sits out 2 games, to come for the rivalry game against the Sooners and just tear it up. Will that game be close? Absolutely. It's a rivalry game, but it's better for him to sit because that's going to work in the long run. It's better for him to sit and get healed up instead of rushing back, and then, oh my gosh, he re-aggravates the injury, and then that's my thoughts on that. I'm totally fine with Texas being the number 1 team. After what we have seen so far in this season, yeah. It's either them, Georgia, or Miami, who's like, or Bama, who have had like, oh, okay, these are the top teams so far in this young, again, it's a very young